Doctoral graduates, really congratulations. It's an extraordinary achievement, and I think all of my faculty and staff colleagues who are here tonight would join me in saying the same thing. And this event is one that I look forward to twice a year. The one in the fall, I will tell you, is particularly meaningful to me. It's a chance to recognize not only your academic success, but the persistence, the late nights, the determination that brought you to this point. I'm also happy to see, as I said, so many family and friends with us tonight, and your encouragement and support have been an essential part of our graduates' journey. So to the graduates, the degrees you are receiving tonight represent the highest level of recognition academically offered at Iowa State. Reaching this level takes commitment, curiosity, and grit, and each of you has demonstrated all three. This is a special night for me as I vividly remember my own doctoral graduation from Iowa State University back in a cold December night in 1987, before most of you were even born. But it was meaningful to me. It was a defining moment, really, for me, and the degree from Iowa State really prepared me and set me up for my professional career. I know many of you are going to experience that same feeling tonight, and you'll look back different times in your career and really appreciate what tonight has meant and what your degree means. And as you take your next steps as Cyclone engineers, I hope you're filled with pride in what you've accomplished and excitement for the path that lies ahead of you. We're eager to see how you will use your talents and to advance your fields and change the world, improve the world. So on behalf of our entire engineering community, congratulations once more. We wish you continued success as you move forward. Go Cyclones.
Thank you, Dean Easterling. So bear with me 1 minute while I make sure the technology works. Okay, I think it does. Okay, so we're going to start the next phase of the evening's proceedings. So all graduates, you should have gotten an email with some homework. Do you remember what it is? I hope so. Otherwise, you're going to have to develop it here on the fly, right? So what we've asked our graduates to do is we will announce the graduates by program, and we'll invite each of them to come up here. I will introduce each of them, along with their major professor with whom they did their graduate study. And they have 1 minute and 15 seconds to talk about 3 things. A little bit about what they did here. If you did research, remember this is an audience with different backgrounds, so you should be able to explain what you did for your research so that they understand. So you can talk about that. Talk about a favorite memory from your experience here at Iowa State. And I have special prizes for people who say the most interesting stories. And third, you're welcome to share what you're going to be doing next after your degree here. Okay, so those are the 3 things. And you have how much time? 1 minute and 15 seconds, right? And I will have a clock and I will be monitoring. So if you feel a sudden presence next to you or behind you, that's me trying to tell you you're done with your time. And it's important because, like I said, all of you have to be at Sheeman Hall at a certain time. So we don't want to be here past a certain time. And we'd like to give some extra time for you to mingle with your friends and guests here today. So everybody good? Alrighty, so we'll get started. If I could have the graduates of the aerospace engineering program please line up here. And I'd like to invite Professor Wayne Chen, Chair of the Aerospace Engineering Department, to join me on the podium. So we have Kellen Martin, who's graduating with a master's in aerospace engineering under the advisement of Dr. Osama Abdel Khalik.
Thank you, everyone. So the research I conducted here at Iowa State was a novel solution to the J2 perturbed Lambert's problem, which is the problem of connecting 2 points in space by a trajectory in a given amount of time. And the J2 perturbations are changes to this problem due to the non-sphericalness of the Earth from its rotation around its axis. I also conducted research on spacecraft optical navigation as part of my graduate assistantship. My favorite memory here at Iowa State was a late night in the library working on a particularly difficult homework assignment. And after graduating, I will be moving to Colorado to join the Space Nav team as a flight dynamics engineer in Boulder, Colorado. Thank you.
That's a great start. That was like a minute and 6 seconds. So all of you, that's a good model to follow. Thank you, Dr. Next, graduates of the Ag and Biosystems Engineering Department, would you please come up to my right? And I invite Professor Steve Freeman, who's the Director of Graduate Education of the department, to join me on the podium. I'm pleased to introduce Wendy Abbey, who's graduating with a Master's in Agricultural and Biosystems Engineering under the advisement of Dr. Sarah McMillan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wendy Abe, and as you said, I completed with Master of Science in Agricultural Engineering. So my research was basically about poultry manure. Wanted to see the interactive effects of poultry manure and cover crops on soil health, water quality, and gaseous emissions. So basically, in simple terms, wanted to see how what we add to the soil impacts not just crop systems, but the environment as whole. So that's what my research was about. And my favorite memory, Iowa State. I don't have much because most of the time I was in the lab or in the field working. Yeah, everyone can say that. But I'm grateful for the friends who have become family whilst I was here. That's one of my great memories at Iowa State University, and having great professors at my department. They were awesome throughout my journey, my Master of Science journey. Thank you very much. That's it.
Thank you, Dr. Freeman. Next, if I could have the graduates of the Chemical and Biological Engineering Department join me on my right, and I invite Dr. Zhengyi Shao, who's the Director of Graduate Education at the department. Pleased to introduce Zhangyi Yao, who's graduating with a PhD in Chemical Engineering under the advisement of Dr. Zhengyi Shao.
Hi, everyone. My name is Zhang Yao from Chemical and Biological Engineering Department. My research was mainly focusing on applying synthetic biology method on engineering yeast, especially non-conventional yeast, to work as a cell factory to produce valuable compounds, or developing as a platform for solving human disease problems. Yeah, that's for my research, and I'm currently already enrolled in a postdoc position at Tufts University at Boston. So I'm not here just come back for the ceremony. So I actually value every single minute at Iowa State University. But if I have to pick one, it's the moment I know I passed my final defense. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shah. Next, if I could have the graduates of the Civil Construction and Environmental Engineering Department please line up here on the right. And I invite Dr. Beru Shafei, Director of Graduate Education of the department, to join me on the podium. Just a reminder to the graduates, as you come up here, since this mic has a limited range, just make sure you adjust it to the best of your ability so you're speaking into the mic, okay? So that everybody can hear what you're saying, and in case they have questions for you. Yeah. Okay, so we'll get started with Yazan Alatum, graduating with a PhD in civil engineering under the advisement of Dr. Omar Smadi.
Hello, everyone. This is Yazan Al-Atoum. I'm from the Civil Engineering Department. My research is about developing a low-cost pavement condition evaluation device. The idea here is we provide the transportation agencies, the limited budget transportation agencies with a low-cost device that can evaluate different type of pavement condition indicators, such as, for example, the riding quality, detecting pavement distresses, and also we provide them not only a device but also a framework on how they can develop the same device also with customization. My favorite memory here in AIMS is the birth of my son Tamim, and my future plan is that I'm going to join the Civil Engineering Department in Al-Balqa Applied University as an assistant professor. And that's it. Thank you all.
Next, we have Araz Ashaminazad with a PhD in civil engineering under the advisement of Dr. Halil Chailan.
Hello, everyone. My research focused on making our roads stronger, safer, and more sustainable by using recycled plastic geosynthetic, in which we studied how placing these recycled plastic geosynthetic within the soil and aggregate layers can help improving the performance of the unpaved roads and low-volume roads. And this study led to a reduction in maintenance costs in Iowa counties. And we gave a second life to the plastic waste instead of sending it to the landfills. So I will continue being in ISU as a postdoc beginning January 2026. And my favorite memory is long days in the field, from hot summer to cold winter, for field instrumentation, data collection, field test. However, when I'm seeing that our research ideas turn into a practical engineering solutions, it's truly rewarding. Thank you.
Next, we have Mohammed Jibon with a PhD in civil engineering with Dr. Halil Chailan.
Everyone, this is MD Jibon. So my PhD research focuses on resilient and sustainable road infrastructure, aiming to benefit local community and agriculture activities in Iowa. So my PhD focuses on developing design specifics for bituminous surface treatment using locally available aggregate and source material to come up with a cost-effective solution. And also I work on chemical stabilization of road materials so that we can hold the road infrastructure, roadbed material under harsh climates and also heavy precipitation events. And my favorite, I would not point towards single favorite moment, but I would say I was lucky to make some good friend, and I had a lot of good cherished moment with them along the way. And currently I'm working at Washington State Department of Transportation as a material engineer. Thank you.
Next, we have Marcus Narte with a PhD in civil engineering with Dr. Christina Polakovsky.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marcus Nate. My research focused on water insecurity in Alaska Native communities. And in these communities, water is not just a technical problem, but it's deeply tied to their culture and their well-being as well. So the goal of my research was to develop solutions that were not just technically sustainable, but also culturally aligned. A favorite memory would probably be running on the streets of Ames or on campus in the mornings. I don't think anything can beat that. And future plans, I'll be moving to Phoenix, Arizona, where I'll be working as a project engineer with Ryan Companies. Thank you.
Man, everybody's like beating this clock like nobody's business. Look at that. Yeah. Next, we have Siddhar Sakalkar with a PhD in civil engineering with Dr. Tim Ellis. Well, I hope you're still prepared. Okay, good.
Thank you. My name is Siddhar Sakalkar. Yes. So my research under Dr. Timothy Ellis is about developing techno-economic models for the use of blue hydrogen. And for those of you who are not aware about what blue hydrogen is, when you burn hydrogen and the carbon, instead of emitting it into the atmosphere, it is sequestered into the ground. That is called as blue hydrogen. And with upcoming many Department of Energy hydrogen hubs coming up, I have created like 5 to 7 comprehensive, exhaustive models with a lot of data points. And I hope that one day hydrogen is used all across US, and the only job in our hand will be just taking the sequestering carbon out of the atmosphere so that all of us have a prosperous and a sustainable future. And my favorite memory there has been a lot of memories along the last 7 or 8 years. But one of my best memories is that I was for 6-7 years, I was a TA for principles in environmental engineering. And one day, when the polar robotics was there in spring 2019, I alone went to the Lake Lavin early morning to get samples, and I was digging through 2 feet of snow so that I can get samples for my students, because they are so important as graduate students. Yeah, that's my favorite memory. Thank you.
Okay. Zia Ahmed Zihan with a PhD in civil engineering with Dr. Omar Smadi.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Zia Zihan, and I worked with Professor Omar Smadi, and he trusted me with this challenging and meaningful research projects, which is about using drones, images, and machine learning algorithms to assess pavement condition. And my research explored high-resolution aerial imageries to inspect road inspection safer and cost-effective for transportation agencies. And my favorite memories would be going out in the field for data collection and conversations with my colleagues. And I thank you, my friends, families, my wife who's here, and I'm forever a Cyclone. Thank you.
Samson Arku with a Master of Science in Civil Engineering with Dr. Cassandra Rutherford.
Hello, everyone. I'm Samson. My research was developing sustainable materials for 3D printing purposes. I'm not using cement, so I was using biopolymers instead of cement, with the goal of one day having a net zero carbon materials. So I was developing a material for 3D printing use. So hopefully one day we have robots printing our houses. Now, my favorite memory is the time I spent with the undergrads during the geotech labs with Dr. Cassandra Rutherford. I didn't think I'll miss them, but on the last days, you do start missing them sometimes. And the next I'm going to do is continue with my PhD in Iowa State with Dr. Rutherford. Thank you.
Edward Asamoah with a master's in civil engineering with Dr. Cassandra Rutherford.
Hi, everyone. I'm Edward, and my research was developing a temperature-modified triaxial device, which was a device that's used to simulate soil stress conditions. But I added a temperature mode which can also simulate freezing and thawing without the need for external refrigerators or cold rooms. And my favorite memory was my first meeting with my major professor in Iowa State when she took me around the labs and I saw what kind of work I'll be doing. And my next step is to also continue with my PhD with the same major professor. Thank you.
Enoch Asante, the master's in civil engineering with Dr. Omar Smadi.
Hello, everyone. I'm Enoch. My research had me investigating vehicle infrastructure communication across different contexts. This would actually be the first time a study like that would have actually been done. And so we looked at the interaction between road type, time of day, traffic density across these different contexts, and we actually found that it varies. My favorite memories here in ISU would be all of the times that I actually spent with my friends, my colleagues, and then the people at Intrans, where I worked. These are people that turned from family, that turned from friends into family, and we formed professional bonds. After here, I'll be taking up a traffic engineering role in Denver, Colorado, where I'll be working with their traffic team and doing what I love best in transportation. Thank you.
Safal Kutch with a master's in civil engineering with Drs. Simon Laflamme and Sri Sridharan.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Safal Kesi, and I'm graduating with Masters in Structural Engineering. I did my research on 3D printing of concrete. We use 3D printing of concrete to monitor the health of the structure as well as accelerated construction. What we did was we used 3D printing so we could detect strain when load is applied on the structure, as well as we used 3D printing to remove any kind of manual intensive work during construction, which consumes a lot of time and money. My fond memory in Iowa State would be when I made my first sensor. So when I created my sensor made out of concrete, and I would apply a certain load on the concrete, and it would respond. And I think that would beat any other memory at Iowa State, which was quite beautiful. Currently, I'm working as a structural engineer in Illinois. Thank you.
Carol Lopez Yantui with a master's in civil engineering with Dr. Chris Raymond and Kaoru Ikuma.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carol Lopez, and my research was about antibiotic-resistant genes. So antibiotic-resistant genes are tiny pieces of DNA that can turn regular bacteria into superbugs. So antibiotics no longer work for treatment or infections. So sometimes these antibiotic-resistant genes get discharged into rivers, and my work focused on know and predict the fate and transport of these biotracers, especially with resuspension, because the sediment bed can act as a reservoir for this type of biopollutants. So now we can say that we know that resuspension does affect in some cases, but this is a next step for modelers and water scientists to know when and how take the next step and give a solution for this novelty, crucial public health problem. So in the future, I want to apply my skills in engineering in the industry. And my favorite recollection of Iowa State, it has to be the field trips for my class. We went to the water treatment plant, several creeks, and we did some sampling. So it really is nice and amazing to know the ecosystem of Ames. It's something really unique. Thank you.
Daniel Salazar Martinez with a Master of Engineering and Civil Engineering with Dr. Simon Laflamme.
Everyone, during these 2 years and a half, I have the pleasure to work with Dr. Laflamme in the development of real-time estimation of high-rate dynamic systems. I'm talking about systems like rockets or projectiles. So as you can imagine, these are fast systems that experience like a lot of vibration during a short period of time, which is difficult. So we came up with this feature that is able to predict these changes in the structure in real time. My goal right now is to continue in the program, working with Dr. Laflamme in new papers. And I was thinking in the line, like, what could be the best memory? I can talk about the conference. I can talk about the works that we want to develop in this feature. But I think that nothing compares with the moment I live in right now with my parents here. I know the big effort that they put in order to be here. So for me, it's a pleasure to have them here today. And I'm happy to share this time with you guys also. So congratulations to all. Thank you.
Amanda Sampaio with a Master's in Civil Engineering with Dr. Yuderka Trinidad.
Hi everyone, I'm Amanda and I work with numerical analysis. I do simulations to see how aging dams are gonna withstand the change in climate and more extreme weather and extreme events. And my favorite memory here is definitely being a TA. I love teaching the students, I love being in the lab. And my plans for the future are to stay here, continue my research in my PhD, and hopefully pursue an academic job in the future in teaching.
Blake Skay with a Master of Engineering in Civil Engineering with Dr. Beru Shafei.
Hi everyone, I'm Blake Shea. I have a Master's of Engineering and with the emphasis in structural engineering. I did coursework only, so that involved courses about designing buildings and bridges. My future plans are to work at AECOM as a bridge engineer, and my favorite memory is probably the football games. That includes going to like the civil engineering tailgate, beating Iowa, and then flooding the field last season. So, thank you.
Yifan Sun with a Master of Engineering Civil Engineering with Dr. Beru Shafei.
Hello everyone, I'm Yifan Sun. I'm a course-only master in structural engineering with focusing on structural analysis, steel and reinforced concrete design. One of my most meaningful memory in ISU is I participate multiple field trips starting on the rural gravel road. I remember I traveled 2 to 3 hours every day from county to county in Iowa. That was very interesting. After my graduation, I will be returning to China and working in railway design industry. Thank you.
Sadia Qadir with a Master's in Civil Engineering with Dr. Omar Smadi.
Hi everyone, I'm Tasin. I'm working with Dr. Smadi. So 25% of the crashes in United States occurs in horizontal curves, though the horizontal curves only covers 10% of the total mileage of the roadway. So it actually shows how these horizontal curves are so deadly. So my research area was to see the integrated effect of the weather and the pavement condition in the deadly horizontal curves. And apart from the incredible professor Dr. Smadi and amazing lab mates, I was fortunate enough to have a family like friends. So as an international student, the most hard thing we have to do is to leave our family back in our countries, and we feel this hard when during our special events like our birthday. So the first birthday in United States, I was sobbing in my bed, remembering my family. Then I heard some sound in my first floor and I mistaken it for it like a thief or something. Then when I came down, my parents were in a video call, and with my friends, they were trying to make my day memorable and my birthday special. So though I didn't have my family here, right now I have my friends here. But unfortunately, I have to leave my friends here, and as I'm leaving, I'm moving to Atlanta for my job in HDR as a traffic EIT. But congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Shafee. Next, if I could have the graduates of the Electrical and Computer Engineering Department please line up here. And I invite Dr. J. Kim, the Director of Graduate Education, to join me on the podium to hand out the mementos. There's more space here, so maybe you can not, yeah. Okay. He's here. Okay. We'll start with Ahmed Abbasi with a PhD in electrical engineering under the advisement of Dr. Namrata Vaswani.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here. My name is Ahmed Ali Abbasi. Broadly, my research is in designing recommendation systems. So what that means is my goal is to make sure that you order more food, click more videos, watch more reels. And to have had this problem and to have worked on it helped me find a job at Amazon as an applied scientist. I fly out to Seattle in about 2 days. And the third thing is, I don't have one particular memory, but it's just that now that I have to stop doing it, I just realize how much I value being part of Coover and the community there, you know, waking up, coming to the department, talking to people, student services, the main office on the second floor, and one of them is here, Sarah, and the other person I really, really want to mention is Lynn Dubert. So just being fortunate enough to talk to these people and to share that experience with them. Lastly, I want to recognize my parents who flew in from Pakistan about 2 days ago. So that's just, these are just really awesome memories that I'll hold on to. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That's electrical engineering precision. That was 1 minute, 15 seconds. Bang. Good. Okay. Next, we have Gistam Francis with a PhD in computer engineering under the advisement of Dr. Matt Dar.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I think I'm one of the few lucky ones who gets to be here for the second time. So in 2019, I was here with my master's, and I was able to proceed and get my PhD. My PhD topic is how to make data scientists actually talk with domain experts, like specifically to time series data, like how we can make data more optimized with feedback from a domain expert when we apply deep learning techniques. And since I've been here 8 years, the memories are a lot. So the one that I would say took me out, or I remember the most, is the road trip from Iowa to the Mexican border with my major professor to measure sugarcane stubble heights and how shallow the American-Mexican border was. And for my next journey, I'll be working as a lead developer for audio plugins for a studio called Make Believe Studios. Thank you, everyone.
Jabin Lin with a PhD in electrical computer engineering with Dr. Shana Muthuda.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jiabin, currently working under Professor Shana, and I focus on the bandit learning, which is a sequential decision-making problem. So my favorite memory is the guide from my professor that helped me publish many papers. After graduation, I will join a university in China as a young faculty, and thank you very much.
Jaydeep Ravindra Rade with a PhD in electrical engineering with Professors Adarsh Krishnamurthy and Anvesha Sarkar.
Hi everyone, good evening. Thank you for here. I'm Jaydeep. I just finished my PhD. I worked on developing AI model for generating high resolution 3D structures for different engineering domains, how to leverage small data to develop a big AI model for modeling 3D structures. Again, as everybody's saying, right, as a PhD student, we are on campus for a long time, so there is really hard to pick one memory. But I will miss the habit of going on walks with friends for a coffee, eating falafel, and discussing what kind of restaurants or bakery we would open if we don't get our PhD. So I will definitely miss that. For future, I will be joining as an AI research scientist at GE Vernova in Albany, New York. And I want to say thank you for Iowa State and electrical engineering staff. Go Cyclones. Thank you. Thank you.
Joseph Brennan with a Master of Engineering in Computer Engineering with Dr. J. Kim.
Hello. All right. Howdy, folks. I'm Joe. Let's see. So I did kind of a non-traditional master's. I did over many years, taking one course at a time. I was working full-time, and during that time, I bought a house, had 2 kids, sold a house, and also renovated the first house. So I was very busy. I took a lot of classes on networking, cybersecurity, and other things like on that level, I guess. Kind of what I want to continue doing. I currently work at Collins Aerospace. I want to spend more time with my children, and I want to catch up on my sleep. Let's see, my favorite time at Iowa State. Since I'm a remote student, I've been here once before. It was nice. I went to a restaurant that had way too many options on the menu. For off-campus time, my favorite memory is I was working on a class where I had a very delicate electrical setup with wires going into computer and stuff, and my sweet but ultimately very unwise cat decided to walk across what I was trying to film for my class, get spooked, and knock everything off of the table. It was great. I caught it on film. So I ended up passing the class, and I did fine without the assistance of my cat. Thanks.
Rishikar Chittimala with a Master's in Computer Engineering with Dr. Yang Guan.
Thank you. So my research was, context-aware authentication for mobile devices. It's basically a collection of all the metrics put together and training under machine learning model. And so basically me and my professor's goal was to, even though the research, even the password is just like a 1111, that should be considered as a secure password. So that was our ultimate goal. My future plans is I'm working as a software developer at John Deere, and I'll be continuing that. And my favorite memory was, I'm going to give a textbook answer, to walk around campus during fall times. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
Brinda Girimaji with a master's in computer engineering with Dr. Aditya Ramurthy.
Hi. So I've had a really nice time in Iowa State, and my research focused on this thing called gradient coding. Essentially, machine learning tasks are really big, so they need, so it's kind of hard to do them on a single computer. So essentially, you split that task between multiple workers, and our research focused on how to leverage all the work done by these workers. So essentially, you can have things like some workers are slower, some workers are faster, but trying to use all of the compute that's done by these workers. That's essentially what our research focused on. It's kind of hard to choose one single thing that one single memory that I have from Iowa State, because everything has been so amazing. I've had really nice professors and made amazing friends, and I've also volunteered to teach elementary and middle school kids math. That was so much fun too. But I'm going to go with an interesting memory that's, or just an interesting fact. I've been chased by the same goose 3 times on a single run. Yeah, it's fun. But I'm not going to have that problem anymore, I think. But I'm going to move to Olathe, Kansas in a few days. I'm going to work there for Garmin as an embedded software engineer. Thank you.
Varun Girimaji with a master's in computer engineering with Dr. Mai Zheng.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Varun Girimaji. For those who are curious, I am her brother. So my research has been in the field of blockchain systems, specifically blockchain system like Bitcoin or Ethereum is composed of many different nodes running on different computers, and each node has different components within itself that talk to each other. My research involves my creative component involves a method to inject faults in between those components to see how the whole network reacts to individual nodes having communication issues within themselves. My plans following my graduation are to pursue a career in computer engineering. And as for my favorite moments, I think universally it's always been the last 2 or 3 days before major deadlines, where somehow a lot of work magically gets done, and a lot of staring at the debugger, lots of looking at large code bases. Yeah, those were fun, and also the most memorable moment off campus was when I first came here and was surprised by the number of Mustangs. Yeah, thank you.
Andrew McMahon with a Master of Engineering, Computer Engineering with Dr. J. Kim.
Thank you. Yeah, my name's Andrew, Master of Engineering, Computer Engineering with a focus in software systems. It was a software, or rather a coursework-based degree, so I took a variety of courses pertaining to software systems. I'd say most notably was computational perception with Dr. Stoichev. Learned a lot of interesting stuff there. I think on my time on campus, I've been here 4.5 years. I got my undergrad here as well. I think the most notable was being a TA under Dr. Rover for embedded systems. Really being able to see students come from computer science, software engineering, electrical engineering, all sorts of different areas, bring them all together into one lab and get them to learn embedded C, which is impossible in my opinion. But I found a way to do it, and it was a meaningful experience, and I really cherish these years and all the people that helped me get here. So.
Yashas Suresh with a master's in computer engineering with Dr. Joseph Zambrino.
Hello everyone, I'm Yashas. I'm a non-thesis master student in computer engineering, specializing in computing and networking systems. My project involved comparative analysis of machine learning models for a specific activity and comparing how the traditional machine learning models and the advanced deep learning models would behave, and predicting the accuracy was one of my project. I have a lot of memories here at Iowa State. I'm fortunate and happy to meet new people, join good student organizations which have helped me. And I would like to thank my professors, my academic advisor Tony is here, and my friends, and for supporting in this journey of my life. Thank you.
Kong Trin with a master's in electrical engineering with the advisement of Dr. Degang Chen.
Hi everyone, my name is Luan. I'm from electrical engineering. My topic research focus on analog circuit sizing automation, which I apply machine learning optimization method and analog design to reduce time to design our circuit. My plans, I'm happy to share that I will try a PhD program at the University of Texas for next spring. My favorite memory here is the time that I spent doing my research with Dr. Degang Chen. I don't actually know how many times that I need to revise and fix my work, but actually I did it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kim. Okay, next, if I could have the graduates of the Industrial and Manufacturing Systems Engineering Department. So this includes Industrial Engineering, Engineering Management, and Systems Engineering to line up. And I invite Dr. Michael Dornick, who's the Director of Graduate Education of the department, to join me at the podium. And I must say, the stories by the Electrical and Computer Engineering Department takes the cake so far. So those following, you have a higher bar to strive towards. So we'll start with Ghazi Noor with a PhD in Industrial Engineering under the advisement of Drs. Cameron Mackenzie and Kyung Jae Min.
Hi everyone, I'm Nazia. My major was industrial engineering and my research focus was operations research. So using different operations research techniques like optimization and simulation, my work was to find the optimal solution for electrical expansion so that we can reduce the electricity bill for end consumers. And to be specific, for my PhD, I focused on generation capacity expansion, transmission capacity expansion, and energy storage. So, as I have mentioned, our end goal was to reduce the electricity bill. So right now, I'm working as a data scientist, and my office is in Des Moines, so not very far from here. And for my favorite memory, I have been here since 2021. I have amazing friends, and I'm from a very good department. So, and I had my husband with me all the time. He was doing the same PhD. So all of this time was very enjoyable for me. So it's really hard for me to just pick one memory, but on the top of my head, I can say that the day I moved to the new building, that was one of my most favorite memory, and there I got a really nice collaboration space, and that where I spent all of my days after moving there and few nights. So, so I think that was that was one of my most favorite memory. Thank you so much.
Okay. Colin Abel with the Master of Engineering in Engineering Management with the Systems Engineering Grad Certificate under the advisement of Dr. Michael Dorning.
Hello, my name is Colin. As mentioned, my degree was in engineering management, but for my coursework, I tried to pick electives that focused on program management because that's what I would like to do in the future. Currently, I work as a design engineer, and I'll continue to look for opportunities to use my coursework. And then my favorite experience on campus was probably the, excuse me, the group projects. I was in a coursework online only program, so the interaction that I got to have with classmates was very valuable. Thank you.
Mike Peterson with a Master of Engineering in Engineering Management with Dr. Michael Dorning.
Hey everyone. Obviously, I'm a non-traditional student, as you can see. I did an engineering management degree, which is a coursework only degree. I'd explain it as half MBA and half engineering project management. It's a great course. One of my favorite memories, when I first saw the course, I started thinking, this time, or like in the early 1990s, the first time I was here, my favorite memory at Iowa State. But no, for this time around, I took a human factors course as a part of this degree, and my other non-traditional student and I, we got together for a project, and we did an ergonomic analysis of putting together Lego sets. So that was fun. I currently work here at Iowa State in IT services, and I will continue to do that. So.
Christopher Ziegler with a Master of Engineering in Systems Engineering and Engineering Management with Dr. Gary Murka.
Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Ziegler. Thank you. So I'm a coursework-only student in systems engineering with a co-major in engineering management. So no research there. However, what stands out the most is Iowa State employs a number of professors who have worked in the industry for many years. So the best part of the courses I found was having them relate how the concepts that they employed in the class also employed to their work, and then seeing how that worked, how that employed to my work as an engineer as well. Favorite memory, I'm gonna go back to my undergrad as a member of the martial arts club here. I made lifelong friends, including the man who will be the best man at my wedding in August. Currently, I'm employed as a project engineer at Jolita USA, so I took vacation to be here today, and I will be back in the office on Monday. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dorning. Next, if I could have the graduates of the Material Science and Engineering Department to please line up here on the right. And I invite Dr. Patrick Johnson, who is the Director of Graduate Education of the department, to join me on the podium. Okay, we start with Utsav Day with a PhD in Material Science and Engineering with under the advisement of Dr. Shan Jiang.
Hi everyone, my name is Utsav. I'm from Material Science and Engineering. During my PhD, I was working on polymeric nanoparticles for functional coatings, so that can repel liquids or microbes. My synthesis was so simple that I had to run numerous of them, and I spent so much time on my projects with one goal in my mind so that I can make the synthesis industrially viable. And I love my department and ISU so much that I'm not leaving ISU now. I'll be spending a few more months in the department working with my major professor. And over 6 years, I have done my master's in chemistry and I moved to material science. So it's been over 6 years. From my experience, it was really great to connect with people. Like while I was doing TA in my in chemistry department as well as in my department, I got to connect over 500 students. That was an amazing experience for me, and it's very rewarding experience as an international student. Also, I got to connect many students from different departments, and it was amazing experience for me overall. Thank you.
I'm Chukwu Ogebe from with a PhD in Material Science and Engineering with the advisement of Dr. Pete Collins.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Amam Chukwu Ogebe. My research was on additive manufacturing of nickel-based superalloy, which is an alloy that is applied in high temperature places. Excuse me. So our goal, like some of you might know, additive manufacturing have been credited to manufacture complex shapes or complex geometries. So our goal was to investigate the material properties across all those regions or all those complex shapes to ensure reliability of that material during application. And for my memorable place here, I've got a lot. One of them was when my parents visited from Nigeria. I met my kids for the first time. And most recently, when my son got into National Master Program after a rigorous selection process. So thank you, everyone.
Manish Kumar with a PhD in Material Science and Engineering under the advisement of Dr. Sid Patak.
Good evening, everyone. So my name is Manish Kumar from Material Science, and I'm graduating with PhD. During my PhD, I worked on like how can we repair electronic component in space, like on Moon, Mars, or on board International Space Stations. So as you all know that, space companies like NASA, SpaceX, they are planning to send humans to Moon and Mars. And they are not going for like 1 or 2 days. They are going to spend their like months in time, right? And during that time, if something or any electronic component fail in those conditions, how can we repair them? Because their temperature variations are extreme, where we go very cryo to very high temperature, and also gravity levels are different. So those kind of process or phenomena, they affect these metal joining process, or in general like electronic repair in space. So I was trying to study what are the challenges that we face in those conditions, and how can we improve these processes. Favorite memory, I would say, so one day, I was at a conference representing our lab, and I was sitting in banquet, and suddenly I heard my name. So it was NASA Associate Administrator. She took my name, and then she started talking about my research, why it is important, and then she declared that my research featured in NASA Science 2025 calendar, which was really great. So that is my favorite moment. Apart from that, the time that I have spent here with my amazing friends, families. So yeah, thanks. Currently, I'm working as an application scientist at Oxford Instruments. So thank you.
Humphrey Odhiambo with a PhD in Material Science and Engineering with Dr. Jun Kui.
Hi everyone, my name is Humphrey Odhiambo, and I'm getting a PhD in Material Science and Engineering. My research was based on thermomechanical processing of aluminum cerium-based alloys and their high temperature applications. So we were doing alloy compositional optimization, alloy design, so that we could make your cars better, and we could also enable you to have effective, material for making your aircrafts and all that. And then my favorite memory, I have two favorite memories that I have to talk about. One, I enjoyed swimming with my friends and walking during the summers. The summers are really beautiful in Iowa. And then I also enjoyed, my wife joined me from Kenya this year, so that was also quite awesome. Otherwise, I am focusing right now on a postdoc or on a company that is based on research, and I hope to get my niche soon. Otherwise, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Next, I'd like to invite the graduates of the Mechanical Engineering program to join me on the right, and I invite Dr. Pranav Kshatriya, who's the Director of Graduate Education of the department. Okay. Nirmal Vaishnav with a PhD in Mechanical Engineering under the advisement of Dr. Bhaskar Ganapati Subramanian.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Nirmal. I have been working with next generation solar cell. So we call it plastic or organic solar cell. It's supposed to be very thin, very flexible, lightweight, cheap. Hopefully, in coming decades, we'll see the solar cell for mass user. So I did computational research for this kind of solar cells. So my tools and techniques that's supposed to help make it more stable, more efficient, study better of the physics of this solar cell. Memory is like, as a computational researcher, the biggest challenge was like troubleshooting the tools, debugging these, large scale simulation. So when you could debug, yeah, the feelings is unparalleled satisfactory. But the biggest memory, I would say, I got married in Raymond Garden, so I guess that counts. So, yeah. And next, I'll be working as an AI specialist in a company named Musco in Des Moines. So I'll be around. I love AMS. I'd love to stay here in coming years. So thank you, everybody.
Zara Ibrahimpur Bura with a PhD in Mechanical Engineering with Dr. Mark Wright and Zhengyi Shao. Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vikas. I'm doing Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Before I talk about my research, I want to ask you guys, there will be some times where we crave for deep fried food. Either we buy it outside or we make it at home. And what we do with this frying oil is we just pour it down the drain or dispose it. My research based on the waste cooking oil, motivation was ISU uses the waste cooking oil from ISU dining to make biodiesel from it. We found a way to use it as a lubricant for electric vehicles. So yeah, that's my primary research, to modify the waste cooking oil so that it can be readily used in electric vehicles. And I've also provided support for other projects where we modified soybean and high helix soybean oil with additives, and we did chemical modification. So for the same purpose, we want to improve the sustainability, since there is 200 million metric tons of cooking oil is used all over the world every year. So if we find a way to recycle it, it will be saving the world. So that's my research. And my favorite memory would be, I come from India, so I have no idea what American football was. Football was soccer in India. it makes sense. They kick the ball with the foot, so it's football. Coming from India, I've been to many Iowa State football games. I've been over like 15 games. The favorite memory would be, okay, I'll be wrapping it up. My favorite memory would be when we scored a field goal against Iowa and won the trophy then. So yeah, that would be it. Okay, I'll be ending it there. Thank you, guys.
You could have the graduates of the Human-Computer Interaction program to join me here, please. Start with Olivia C. with a master's in HCR, Human-Computer Interaction, under the advisement of Dr. Stephen Gilbert.
Hello, everyone. My name is Olivia, and I completed my master's degree in Human-Computer Interaction from Iowa State's online master's program. So this is actually my first time on campus. Human-computer interaction basically focuses on how people use technology. Thank you. And how we can design like digital products like apps and websites and make it more intuitive and accessible. My degree was coursework based, so I took a wide range of classes that involve both user research and design. And the courses ranged from broader research methods or specialized hands-on projects. So for example, one of my favorite classes was virtual worlds and environments, which is where I learned how to create and code AR and VR projects in Unity. Right now, I'm currently pursuing opportunities in UX design and product design, where I can continue to use my skills and combine research and thoughtful design for development. And even as a distance student, one of my favorite memories from Iowa State would be collaborating with classmates through group projects. Since everything was online for me, working together and making friends with both in-person and or on-campus and online students was really nice. And thank you so much.
Blessing Manguiro with a master's in Human-Computer Interaction under the advisement of Dr. Cody Fleming.
Hello, everyone. My name is Blessing Manguiro, and I'm graduating with a master's in Human-Computer Interaction. And for my research, I applied human-computer interaction principles to build an engineering system that helps blind individuals to navigate through the world and independently. The system is called NeuroNav. It uses computer vision, spatial awareness, and haptic interactions to help individuals to translate complex world visuals into usable guidance for them to navigate through spaces. And my favorite memory at Iowa State was when I was working at the 3D modeling and visualization studio. This semester, I think about a month ago, we finally managed to have a 3D Gaussian splatting pipeline that helps us to actually take videos with our phones and then convert them into 3D spaces that can then be used in Unity or Unreal Engine. And this system is going to be starting to be used next semester to train other students on campus to be able to also use them in that in their projects. So that was my breakthrough, and I really enjoyed that while we're working on that. So thank you so much, and congratulations to everyone who graduated today.
Thank you, Dr. Kshatriya. Did we miss anybody? Are there any graduates whose name we didn't call out? Yes? As they say in a popular show here, come on down, right? Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek Raguraman. I've done my master's in cybersecurity. My major professor is Joseph Zambrino. My research project focused on building a phishing detection website where basically users can paste links to detect whether it's phishing or not. My favorite memory was like visiting the clock tower during the Winterfest. And my future plans are to get a job. Thank you.
Okay, I believe that's everyone. Last call again. Did we miss someone? If not, please join me in congratulating our graduates one more time. We have several of our faculty and staff here from the College of Engineering. If I could ask you to please rise and be recognized. Thank you. And graduates, we know that your family, friends, and other people have supported you throughout this awesome journey you've had. Could you please join me in thanking all those people, including those who are joining us online tonight? I want to say a special word of thanks to the team that made this event possible. That team includes Megan Dizard, Amy Carver, Jennifer Friswall, Joel Johnson, the student staff outside who helped you check in and make sure these things are running smooth. And also a special thanks to Spencer from ITS, making sure that our global audience can view this event. Thank you again. It's a proud achievement to be sure. For those of you, I heard lots of stories about teaching students, and those of you who've done research as well, whether it be through the publications you have made or through the impact you've made in being in a classroom in front of the students, your work will outlast you. As we say in human life, right? So your work is a testament to your accomplishment. It'll stay forever. So be proud of what you've done. Good luck with the next adventure that you will take in life. And remember, I think around 6 o'clock, you're supposed to be in Shaman Hall, which is right down this complex here. So good luck, congratulations. We still have another half an hour. There's lots of, I believe, food outside. Please enjoy, mingle, and again, congratulations once more on behalf of the College of Engineering. Good luck.